We find ourselves most fortunate to live in a society where we are granted so much freedom. Freedom to live the lifestyles we want, freedom to speak as we wish, freedom to think like we do. But many people have a burning desire to express some kind of individuality, to utilize their own inherent skills and talents to be different. We go through a school system, and in school everyone's placed in the same way, everyone's grouped together. Children want to express themselves and find individuality. In fact, in Judaism, it's often the same. The Torah binds us all together with the same laws, the same mitzvahs, the same rituals, and we often can find ourselves asking, but how can I serve Hashem in my own way? How can I use my individual talents and skills to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu? This week's parsha gives us a glimpse into expressing individuality and tells us a very powerful message. Moshe Rabbeinu instructs Bezalel, a master carpenter, craftsman and mason, to build the Mishkan. And Moshe in his instruction tells him, first, build the Oren, the Shulchan, the Menorah, build the holy items that are very precious, that are really the reason why the Mishkan exists, to put inside the Mishkan. And after that, build the walls, build the kroshim, the beams, and the tent that surround these items. But Bezalel seemingly disobeys his master. Bezalel, using his expertise as a builder, reasons to himself as follows. When one builds a house, does one first build the furniture, or does one first build the housing to put the furniture in? You make the housing first. And so he says, I'll make the beams, I'll make the externals and the roof and the tent, and only then I'll make the Oroin, the Shulchan and Menorah, the holy items to go inside. Moshe Rabbeinu comes to Bezalel and he questions him. He says, what are you doing? Bezalel tells him the reason. This is what made sense. And suddenly Moshe thinks, and he says, Betzael Kael HaYisa, playing on Bezalel's name, he says, were you in the shadow of God when HaKadosh Baruch Hu instructed me these mitzvahs, instructed me how to build the Mishkan? You're absolutely correct. You're 100% right. This is how it's supposed to be built. First the outside and then the inside. And so the question is, how did Bezalel know? How was he so convinced that he was correct, that this is the right way to do it, if in fact Moshe Rabbeinu had instructed him otherwise? Some of the commentators want to suggest the follows. Bezalel knew because in his heart he felt it was correct. Bezalel's intentions were pure, and he had the skills to fulfill those intentions. He knew because he intuitively was aware of how to do something. So using his own individual skills, he built the Mishkan as it should be. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu agreed, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu had given Bezalel those skills to do the job that he needed to do. Rav Moshe Feinstein adds a dimension to this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, see that I have called Bezalel to do the job. Asks Rav Moshe Feinstein, why doesn't Torah use the word see that I have called Bezalel? It should just say, I have called Bezalel to do the job. Says Rav Moshe, Ra'u, see. Look at the inherent talents that you have. Look at your skills and your qualities. And if you see that you're geared up to doing a certain thing, that you're good at it, do it, pursue it, and make HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name great in the world through that. Of course, the Torah in a general sense is binding for every single person and requires us to act together, to act in the same way to serve Hashem. But we still have individuality. We still have individual talents and skills. We have to look for those talents, and when we find them, we have to use them to serve Hashem in our own unique way.